So I'm here in San Angelo, Texas, which is in like the center of Texas, kind of closer to the western side. And it is drizzling on me. I stayed at the Red Lion Hotel. This place is actually really, really good, and I got a great deal on it. They got a nice little bar and stuff. Right across the street is like a park that extends the whole way. It's like the park, kind of like the town is built around. They got this nice, quaint little like Main Street area, walking, like you can imagine the whole thing. And it's a really nice town. I mean, I've been around it pretty thoroughly, and there's not really a bad section of it, at least how I would define a bad section. And it's really, I don't know, only a few thousand people here. And it's great. They got a couple breweries. They got a couple like good, I suppose, good restaurants. I only ate at one, so it's a fun place. And hopefully this drizzle will only last a few minutes. I'm hoping. It's not supposed to, but you know, the weatherman has been wrong before. As you can see, starting off, the mist had kind of gotten into the camera, and I was fuddling with it for a little bit, so, you know, it is what it is, and off we went. The Castle Gap. Never heard of it, but it's a famous early pass for the Southwestern Trails. 14 miles northwest along the Upton-Crane County line for the Indians, for cattle driving. This is Texas. This is kind of how people more often than not picture Texas. And you can see, well, they got some wind turbines going over there, but you can see just kind of like the desert landscape. Thank God the mist died down and we're off and running. Texas kind of like has a lot of history to it because it is the one state that actually was an independent country and then became a state later, which sparked the Mexican War. So they had the Indians, they had the Mexicans, the Alamo, all that stuff going into just the regular statehood with the oil rush and whatnot. Got this nice little picnic area they got for you. Right here on the side of the road. I'm close to what we call Alpine, Texas. It's a very small town near Big Bend National Park, which almost nobody has heard of. But just look at it. You're out in the middle of nowhere. I got 40 miles till Alpine and probably 20 miles back there to like any town, separated by 60, sometimes 80, 100 miles. This is West Texas. This is fun. This area is actually kind of a plateau, so it doesn't actually get a lot of rain. The rain occurs like you're talking like single digits, like 20 inches of rain in a year is a ton to them. That's like flood level for them. So this is very flat, very dry, and usually very, very hot during types of the year in Texas. And you can really kind of sit there and watch the road kind of go by, and it's really open. I mean, just look at how much like land out there, and it's just, I find it actually kind of scenic because you can just see for miles and miles in every direction. And this is where, you know, you have big herds and big ranches of people raising cows, horses, all that stuff. This is Texas. Now this is motorcycling in West Texas. And it's not even that hot. Well, it's hot standing here in the gear, but when I'm riding, it's not that hot. In West Texas, that's where it really starts to break up some places, because you're starting to get towards like Arizona and New Mexico, where you start to see the rocks come out of nowhere, and it's just, it can be beautiful riding, and it's just like lean back, lean into the curves, and really just kind of enjoy the air, enjoy the ambiance, enjoy it all, because this is riding, you feel the curves, feel the wind, and it's lovely. So right back there is Fort Davis National Historic Site. I have no idea what Fort Davis played in any kind of war, and it's right in this little town, which I have no idea what the name is. You know, there are a lot of little towns on these areas, and the thing about them is they're like situated in these mountains. So if you want your own little town hideaway, do your outdoor activities like hiking and ATVing, mountain biking, these can like be your own little hideaways, and they're cheaper than the ones that everyone knows about. It's really true. If you did want to disappear, Texas wouldn't be a bad place, because you could disappear into some of these small towns no one even notice. This is an incredible run. Incredible. I can't believe that I hadn't known about this. No one wrote about it at all. I found it. It's mine. I claim it. But for the most part, Texas is just the sheer beauty of it. You know, just the landscape, the kind of openness, the trail, just you and the road, that just kind of like think your thoughts, run your race, go where you're going. And you really don't really need a destination. You just need to just go out there and just enjoy the road. And it's hard to describe to people who just don't get it. And a motorcyclist is just one of the best ways they can, because you're just in that environment and you can love it on your own. I really don't expect most people to understand, because it's just something you have to be there. Just seeing the landscape change basically before your eyes. And I've seen this happen all these times on these trips that I've been on. And I just love it, because all the movies and all the situations just from every scenario just run through your mind of everything you've seen. Hey, this could have been filmed there, this could have been filmed there. And just, you can run through the history of the land just by going over it and just enjoying the just sheer raw beauty. And of course, I come down to El Paso. I won't bore anyone with like talk because I did see the wall, I did see the farms, I was right along the border, but I came to see El Paso. El Paso is a town right on the border. It's been on the news a bunch, but I'm not going to talk anything about that. But instead, I'm going to say El Paso is a unique city. In fact, that like 1/3 of it is the United States and 2/3 of it is like in Mexico. Just from what you can see, and the Mexicans do a couple different things that are different with the town than from the United States side. Just what I see. I never went into it, but it's an interesting layout.